The night was dark and stormy in Cincinnati, Ohio. In the year 1905, a couple, John and Mary Borden, were sitting by the fireplace in their home, huddled together in a desperate attempt to keep warm. Outside, the wind howled like a hungry wolf, shaking the very foundation of their house. But the sound of the wind was drowned out by the pounding of their hearts. For these two were not just an ordinary couple. They were parents who had lost their only child, little Bobby, 2 weeks prior. And tonight, they were about to do something desperate. They had heard rumors of a mysterious old woman who lived on the outskirts of town, a woman who was rumored to be able to bring the dead back to life. And so, with nothing to lose, they had gone to her for help. The old woman, after hearing their tale, had agreed to help them, but her methods were not normal. She spoke of ancient rituals and sacrifices, of summoning demons from the netherworld. At first, the couple had been horrified, but as the days passed and their grief turned into desperation, they had agreed to anything. Tonight was the night of the ritual, and as the clock struck midnight, they began. The old woman, with a voice that sounded like gravel grinding, started chanting in a language that sounded ancient and evil. As she chanted, she made strange hand movements, and the air around her began to shimmer. Suddenly, the fireplace, which had been cold and lifeless just moments before, burst into flames. The fire roared and crackled, and the room began to fill with a thick black smoke. The couple watched in amazement as the smoke took on a humanoid shape. It was a demon, and it was coming towards them. The demon stopped in front of them and spoke in a voice that was like nails on a chalkboard. It told them that it would bring their son back to life, but in exchange, it demanded something evil. The couple hesitated for a moment, but the desire to see their son's face one last time, to feel his small arms around their necks, to hear his laughter once more, was too strong. They agreed. The demon nodded and disappeared into thin air. As quickly as it had appeared, the fire in the fireplace went out, leaving the room plunged in darkness. The couple waited, and finally, they heard it. Footsteps. They were coming down the stairs. The demon had brought their son back. Overjoyed, the couple rushed to greet him, and in that moment, all the fear, all the sorrow, all the anguish of the past 2 weeks vanished away. Their son was alive. But as Bobby came down the stairs, the couple noticed something strange. His eyes were glowing red, and a small black mark was slowly spreading across his skin. But they were too happy to care. They hugged and kissed him, and he played with the fire, oblivious to the danger he was in. The couple had no idea that the demon had tricked them. Yes, they had gotten their son back, but it was not the son they had lost. It was something else, something evil. As the years passed, the demon grew stronger. Bobby grew up with unnatural speed, becoming a towering young man in his late teens. His skin was pale, almost translucent, and his eyes glowed red whenever he was angry. He was strong, too strong, and he was cruel. The demon inside him enjoyed possessing him and causing pain to others. One day, Bobby, under the influence of the demon, snapped. He killed his parents, and then he went on a rampage, killing everyone in town. The townspeople had no idea what had happened. One minute, Bobby was their beloved friend and neighbor's son. The next minute, he was a vicious killer. As the sun rose the next morning, the people found Bobby standing in the center of the town square, his clothes torn and bloody. But when they approached him, they saw something that made them stop in their tracks. His eyes were no longer glowing red. In fact, they looked empty, devoid of any life. Bobby was just an empty shell, a puppet with strings attached to the demon realm. The demon had won. It had tricked the couple, taken their son away, and then used him to wreak havoc on the town. And so, the legend of Bobby, the demon child, was born. A cautionary tale that was told around campfires to scare children into behaving. For if they didn't, they might just end up summoning a demon, just like the Bordeaux parents had done all those years ago.